Hello everybody, welcome to this new video. Today you're gonna learn how to do your makeup according to your Venus sign, how to become a bad bitch, how to get hotter, how to become more magnetic and seductive by using your Venus in Taurus. Today you're gonna learn the beauty secrets, makeup hacks, and makeup tips that are associated with the archetype of Taurus. Of course, you're also gonna learn how to achieve this makeup look, but most importantly, you're gonna learn more tips so that you can create more makeup looks and you don't have to limit yourself to just this one. Now, if you really want to take things up a notch when it comes to working with your Venus sign, you want to improve your fashion sense, your wardrobe, your outfits, I actually wrote a full in-depth article about Venus in Taurus. It also includes where you should pierce yourself, where you should get tattoos according to your Venus sign, the best color palettes according to Venus in Taurus. It has so much information packed in it. It actually took me more than 20 hours to make this because I handpicked everything so that it would be accurate for the archetype of Taurus. So if you're ready to dive in and you're ready to level the up, this is the article for you. I'm gonna leave the link for my Patreon in the description box because this is a Patreon exclusive, and by becoming a Jupiter member you get access to it, as well as so many more astrology related articles, witchy articles, spiritual articles, and you also get 2 free mini readings when becoming a Jupiter member. So I don't know, sounds like a great deal to me. So yeah, if you're ready to level up, the link for my Patreon is in the description box. Okay, first things first, if you have Venus in Taurus, there are 3 guidelines that I want you to keep in mind whenever you're doing your makeup. And before you even think about picking up a brush, write these down or make a mental note. The first thing that you want to do is make sure that your makeup looks timeless. Taurus is about anything that's durable, that stands the test of time. It's a fixed earth sign. Taurus wants things that are long lasting, so timeless makeup looks are gonna suit you. Then you also want to make sure that your makeup looks elegant and sophisticated with the Venusian rulership on Taurus. And the last point, which is the most important one, your makeup should always highlight your natural beauty. This means glowy skin, highlighting your freckles or moles if you have any. You want to make sure that your complexion looks like it's lit from within. Another great thing that you can do if you have Venus in Taurus is take a good look in the mirror, and I have a mirror right in front of me if you see me looking down, and take the time to identify the feature on your face that you are in love with. The feature on your face that you love the most, that you think is the most beautiful part of your face. And then once you identify that, you want to highlight that in your makeup. This is also going to help you highlight your natural beauty and follow those 3 guidelines. With that out of the way, the first thing that I'm going to start doing is taking care of my complexion. As I've said before, you want this glowy, dewy look. You want to make sure that you look like you're lit from within. The first thing that I would actually recommend if you want to highlight your natural beauty is to use color correcting products, because it's going to help you use less concealer and less foundation so that you don't look cakey and your makeup doesn't look cakey. We have to look like a goddess that ascended from the sky with Venus and Taurus. So I'm gonna start using this green color correcting primer, and I'm gonna start applying it all over my face. As you can see, like, it's already helping things out. The next thing that I'm gonna do for me and my makeup is actually use a full coverage concealer. Okay, we're going in, we're pulling out the big guns right now. If you're going for that glowy, seamless look, I recommend putting your concealer before your foundation or skin tint, because that's gonna help you achieve that seamless look. So concealer and then foundation. All right, no matter what kind of concealer you're using. Right now I'm using a full coverage one because that's what my skin needs. Another great tip for you as a Taurus Venus is to use your hands whenever you're applying makeup. Taurus is about anything that's tangible, so using your hands, touching your skin, massaging your face, it's really gonna help you amplify your beauty and connect to your feminine energy, because Taurus is about anything that's tangible, earthly. So your hands help you touch things and become aware of what is tangible. So That's what you want to do. You want to touch your face. So that's basically what I'm gonna start doing right now. I'm basically gonna conceal my whole face. And in true Taurus Venus fashion, I'm gonna start blending with my fingers. Also because the warmth of your hands and your fingers is gonna help the product melt right into your skin. But you want to take your time with this, and you don't want to swirl. You want to tap as if this was your beauty blender. I really enjoy using my ring finger for this because it's the finger that has the less strength to it, something along those lines. Like, that's what I've heard. If you were to use this finger, it would be stronger and maybe pick up more product. I don't know, there's a science behind it in my mind. The next thing that I'm gonna do in order to achieve a more natural finish is actually use my beauty blender and pick up any excess product. And this is gonna cause some of the redness to show up again on my face, but I want to make sure that I don't look cakey and my makeup doesn't look cakey. So this is why I'm using the beauty blender in between steps for my complexion. And my complexion is going to take a little bit of time, girl, because we need to fake it until we make it. Another tip that you could use to achieve that glowy complexion is actually using a hydrating primer or glow drops before you put on your lightweight foundation or skin tint. For Venus and Taurus, I highly recommend lightweight product for your complexion, for your skin. So right now I'm going in with this skin tint, and because I already went in with the full coverage concealer, I'm not going to use too much, and also I'm not going to use my fingers again, otherwise it's going to lift up the product that I put down. I'm not applying a lot. I'm using this to even out my skin tone, and I'm dragging it across my face. Boom. Unclockable. Now that that's done, the next thing that we want to do is color correct the under eyes. I think I'm gonna go with the full coverage concealer again because, girl, I love me some full coverage. And I'm gonna put the tiniest little amount because natural makeup, natural glow, that's the vibe of Venus and Taurus, even though there's nothing natural about this makeup, but you have to fake it until you make it, I'm telling you. I'm not gonna put anything on my eyelids just yet because I wanna save that for later. I don't know what the fuck that was, but I guess we're blending our makeup like this now. And the next thing that we're gonna do is finish covering up anything that's peeking through. Oh, I needed to blend my the skin tint with the beauty blender. Boom, let's see. Oh my god, I just stabbed my fucking self. Jesus Christ. I'm not done with concealer. Like, my motto is layers, layers, layers. Like, if you have problematic skin, you want to make sure that you layer your products, that you apply little by little, and that's going to be your key to success and to being the beautiful glowy goddess that you should be with your Venus and Taurus. So while I wait for my concealer to sit on my face, wait, that doesn't sound right. While my concealer is setting on my face, I'm just gonna wait. I can't do this. The next thing that we're gonna do while we wait for my concealer to set is actually talk about the kind of products that you want to use for Venus and Taurus. Now, you want to make sure that you're using cream products because that's gonna help you stay in the lit from within complexion territory, and it's also easier to blend. You can blend it with your fingers and with your hands. You can warm up the products. So I think my concealer is ready. We can start blending it out, and I'm gonna use slow tapping motions. Next thing we want to do is move on to blush and contour or bronzer. I recommend mixing your contour and your bronzer. You don't want harsh lines or sharp lines with Venus and Taurus since, you know, we're talking about natural beauty and everything of that sort. You want to make sure that you're keeping things natural and you're following the natural shades that the sun casts on your face. So in general, avoid any sharp lines and harshness, especially near your eye corner, your eyebrows, anywhere. Any freaking where. So we're gonna start by mixing cream contour and cream bronzer so that I can achieve that natural look. It's like, yes, I contoured, but can you tell? Take notes. Boom. And then we're gonna start mixing that with the bronzer. And the thing is, after you applied your cream products, you want to go back in with powder. Bronzer mainly for Venus and Taurus. We don't really want to highlight too much of the contour. We really want to look naturally beautiful with that natural glow. I'm gonna start by picking up a little bit of product and applying it to the high points of my face. You really want to take your time and blend everything in. We don't want any harsh lines. Make sure that you go into your hairline as well. Blend everything in. I'm gonna pick up my beauty blender. The trick is you want to go back in with your tools. You want to achieve that natural makeup look. You have to go back in with different products, with different brushes and sponges, because you cannot do step 1, 2, 3, and 4 in a linear way. You have to go from step 5 and go back to step 3 and do step 4. You know what I'm saying? Like, you get the gist of it. Because Taurus is a fixed earth sign, it is connected to everything that's slow moving. So whenever you do your makeup, make sure that you take your time, that you pamper yourself while you're applying it, and you're taking the time to savor and enjoy each step of your beauty routine, because that's also going to help you bring out more of your inner beauty. So the takeaway here is to take things slow whenever you're doing your makeup, and if you want to boost, even whenever you're doing your skincare. So now I'm going to go in with blush, and when it comes to blush, you want to make sure that you know whether pinky tones and rosy tones suit you better, or peachy tones or berry tones. You really need to experiment and look at the undertone of your skin, because you want to make sure that you pick the blush that looks the most natural on you. And if you're not really sure what color is your face and your skin whenever you're sweating or you're working out or you get really hot, that's the color that is gonna look the best on you. If I wasn't wearing such a heavy base, or if I was doing just a regular makeup with no skin tint or moisturizer, I would probably apply all of my cream products with my fingers, but I don't want the makeup underneath to move around, so I'm just gonna stick 2 brushes right now. You also want to make sure that you look at the best blush placement according to your face shape. And with Venus and Taurus, applying blush is your key to making your complexion look super healthy, super glowy, making sure that you have that natural flush of color. A pro tip for those of you who are always in a rush or who just can't be bothered to do your makeup and you have Venus and Taurus, you could use lipstick as, lipstick and blush and eyeshadow as contour, maybe nose contour, and here on your forehead to add a pop of color to your entire face and that healthy glow. I also recommend putting the tiniest amount of blush on your forehead and blending it out to tie everything together. Your bronzer, your contour, and your blush, so that you don't have color just in this portion of your face. Now you may be wondering, why hasn't she applied concealer yet? Well, there's a reason, because after I finished applying contour and blush, I want to make sure that everything is blended out together, and I'm gonna use concealer to do just that, because if you apply concealer after all of the rest of your cream products, it's gonna help you blend them together. Boom. And don't forget the inner corner of your eyes, especially like this little socket right here, because brightening up that area of your eyes is gonna help you look more awake. We're looking pretty good, so now I'm gonna set my face with a little bit of powder. I'm gonna use the tiniest amount of powder, and now I'm gonna place concealer all over my eyelid. Just the tiniest little amount, because we still want some of those natural veins to show up, the natural color of your eyelid to show up a little. Now I'm gonna set everything in place. Now I'm gonna contour my nose, and for Venus and Taurus, you always want to make sure that you're following your nose shape. You don't want to change it too much, and most importantly, you don't want those harsh lines, that harsh contour that is so popular right now. Harsh makeup is not the move if you have Venus and Taurus and you want to tap into it. Not saying that harsh makeup is bad. There's so much beauty in makeup. Makeup is artistry. But if you're trying to follow the energy of Venus and Taurus, harsh lines are a big no-no. Follow your nose shape, and if you want to change it a little bit, always make sure that it's complementary to what you already naturally have. Now, if you're trying to get that soft look for your nose contour, I always recommend using a tiny brush to map things out, or even a lip liner or eyeliner that has a more grayish tone, and then you blend it out. You go in and you blend it out and you stay there for a while because your nose is such a small part of your face and makeup is like it just accumulates on there for some reason. I'm really messy with it because I just want those natural shadows to come back in after I applied so much foundation and concealer. I just want things to look 3-dimensional instead of 2-dimensional. Moving on to eyebrows. For Venus and Taurus, you want to make sure that your eyebrows look bushy and full with natural hair strokes. And if you already have pretty full brows, I recommend just going in with a tinted brow gel or a clear brow gel, adding a little bit of thickness. But if you don't have full brows or if you have sparse areas, you want to go in with a brow pencil. But for the most natural look here, I would actually recommend going in with eyeshadow, then maybe brow pencil, or one of those eyeliner shaped brow pencils. It's like a felt tip shaped eyebrow thingy. What I recommend you do is start by mapping out the shape of your eyebrow with a light eyeshadow. And don't get me wrong, just because you have Venus and Taurus doesn't mean that you just have to stick to the natural makeup looks. You could actually play around a lot, which is what I did today to show you that you don't have to box yourself into anything. If you have an event and you want to feel extra sultry and sensual, I recommend you go for a soft smoky eye, and you could use the earthy tones that are associated with Taurus, like warm browns or cool toned browns depending on your skin tone, taupes, copper shades, terracottas, and then blend those eyeshadows seamlessly for that sophisticated look. Something I forgot to do is to bring back color to my face with powder bronzer and powder blush, so that's what we're gonna do right now. A tip that I can give you to make things more natural is to start from your hairline and work your way downwards, okay? It's really gonna help you achieve that natural look. Build up the product. Do not pick up too much product from the get-go, and also make sure that you are removing the excess. I'm gonna go for pink blush, and then I'm gonna use a lighter pink blush. So I'm gonna go for this kind of shade, and then I'm gonna go for this shade, and I'm gonna put the lightest shade near my under eye. With the blush, you want to look as if you just finished doing the deed. Like, you want to look flushed and you want to look hot, because Venus is connected to pleasure and Taurus is all about that physical pleasure. So if you put 2 and 2 together, I mean, and if you really want to look flushed, you want to put the tiniest amount of blush right there. It has to be the tiniest little amount, otherwise it's going to drag your face down. Maybe a little bit on your temples, the tiniest amount on your forehead. Next step is like the lighter pink blush. Oh yeah, yes, it's giving Taurus. We look flushed, we look sexy, we look magnetic, we look Venusian, and the color that you want to go for with Venus is always pink. Pink is Venus's color, especially because Taurus is already ruled by Venus. You want to tap into those kind of colors, those kind of color palettes. You want to go for neutrals, especially when we're talking about the eyes. You want to go for terracottas. You want to go for browns, olives, greens. Green because Taurus is connected to nature. You want to go for pinks and maybe berry tones as well. Now we're going to move on to the eyes. And I'm going to do something fun for Venus and Taurus, because you could literally leave the house like this, put a little bit of lip gloss on, a little bit of lip liner, the tiniest amount, and mascara. You would be fine. Like, this is your makeup. I don't want things to be boring. I want to spice things up. So we're gonna do a pink toned makeup look, and if peach or berry suits you best, go for those tones. And we're gonna start with a transition shade, like a light pink. I'm gonna use this one. So pretty. Want to place the eyeshadows in a way that complements your natural eye shape. Now I'm gonna go in with the darker shade. A great tip for Venus and Taurus is to actually use brown eyeliner and brown mascara, because the dramatic and intense effect of black mascara can almost take away from your beauty because it looks way too harsh on you. But you always have to do what looks most natural on you. But brown mascara and brown eyeliner are the way to go. I actually forgot to put eyeshadow on my lower lash line, so I'm gonna mix these 2 colors right here. Next thing I'm gonna do is use dark brown eyeshadow as eyeliner to map out the shape of my eye and to snatch things a little bit more. I want to blend this into your lash line to give the illusion of thicker lashes. So now for the inner corner of my eye, I'm gonna go back in with the eyebrow pencil because it allows me to be more precise. And I'm just gonna draw the tiniest, littlest line to elongate my eye. And another technique that you could use for your eye makeup that's gonna look super natural is tight lining, all right? Go in with a creamy brown liner and place it under your lash line. See the difference? Then I'm gonna go in with a shimmer on my eyelid. This kind of rosy tone is gonna work beautifully for you if you have a Taurus Venus. If you have a darker complexion, like go for this kind of tone, but make sure that the shade is darker, but the undertone is similar to this, which is kind of pinky and gold-ish. I'm mainly gonna apply the product right there. Don't tell me my eyes don't look mesmerizing. Like, you have to try this makeup look out. Going back in with the blending brush, making things seamless. Now I'm gonna apply brown mascara. I'm gonna go with two mascaras. I'm gonna use this Essence one and the L'Oreal one. This one is gonna be the base coat and this one is gonna be the second coat because only using the what is this? This is the Panorama mascara. It's too sticky. It's the best mascara ever, lasts through everything and anything, but it's so sticky, makes my lashes clump together. And Venus is also a super flirty planet, so you want to make sure that your eyes are conveying that. While the first coat of mascara is drying, we're gonna go in and highlight the face. And for highlighter, you want to have that wet look, that dewy look. Not too much, but not too little. And you also want to make sure that you identify whether silver or gold suits you best so that you can have the most natural glow coming from your skin. We're gonna place the tiniest amount on the cheekbone. I would recommend that you use a very small brush to get that precise effect so that you can place the glow exactly where you want it. And then you also want to focus on making your eyes pop and glow. We're gonna highlight under the brow bone. And right here as if we're making a cut crease. And also under here. Now I'm going in with the second coat of mascara. This thing is already working its magic. You could use falsies as well. I'm just gonna skip out on them and make sure that you go for something natural like individual lashes. I wouldn't necessarily go for strip lashes unless they're super thin and super natural, but individual lashes are really gonna do it for you if you have a Venus in Taurus. Now for the lips, which is the most important part of this makeup look because Taurus rules over the lips and the neck as well. So if you really want to top things off, add a necklace. All right, that's what I already did to tap into that Venus and Taurus energy. What I highly recommend for every day is looking for a shade that is one of those your lips but better kind of shades and going for that. Also using lip tints, that's just chef's kiss because it's super natural, looks like your natural lip color. It's gonna complement you a lot. And also glosses are top tier. What I recommend for you guys for your lips as a Venus and Taurus is to start out with one of these. I know it's freaking gross. This one is from Kiko and it's the shade 109. It's gonna help you map out your lips because sometimes, especially if you have a double lip line or if you're heavy-handed with your makeup, things are gonna start looking crazy if you start out with lip liner. It's gonna look like you have a lot of lip products on, so you want to start with something light like this to map out the shape of your lip, and then you want to go in with a lip liner that's super close to the shade of your lips, then maybe gloss or a tiny little bit of lipstick. If you're applying nude lipstick after all of this, I recommend just going in with a little dab, like just dabbing it on. So something else that we're gonna do to make the lips look super big and luscious and wonderful is take a darker lip liner and put it right here and blend it out. I have this berry shade. It's super dark, so we're gonna be super precise. Then you blend it out. I raise it up a little, as you can see, and then turn around to round the corners of my Cupid's bow. And if you want your lip liner to last longer, use 2 of them. So now I'm gonna go in with this shade all over my lips. Now let's go in and blend it out because it's looking a little too harsh. But layering lip liners is gonna give you that seamless look, and it's also gonna help your lips stay on forever, literally. See how it looks so much better? The last thing we're gonna do is top everything off with a lip plumping gloss, and then after that, a flavored gloss. Now the reason why I'm using a flavored gloss is because Taurus is connected to sensory pleasures, so everything from taste to smell. So if you have makeup products that have a nice scent to them or a nice taste like this one from Essence that is watermelon flavored, I highly recommend that you use them. So we are gonna start with the lip plumping gloss, so we're going to place it strategically on the Cupid's bow and on the bottom lip. This is going to help us achieve that natural plumping effect. And then we're going to go in with the watermelon flavored gloss. And oh my god, it smells so good. And the makeup look is done. So with that being said, I really hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that you learned a ton of new beauty secrets and beauty tips according to your Venus sign. Let me know in the comments if you're gonna try this makeup look, if you're gonna tweak it, if you're gonna do something different. If you resonate with the beauty tips, I would love to connect with you in the comment section, and I'll see you in the next video. Mwah.